One of us just said that Zsadist should have eaten his twin in the womb. We ranked our top 10 Black Dagger Brotherhood books and we only agreed on one. I'm Francesca.
I'm Jen.
And I'm Angela.
Drop your top 5 in the comments as we go. So starting with number 10. I have number 10, The Beast, because like we really get to see Mary and Rage get past, like obviously I love seeing them revisit as a couple, but even them being able to get a kid, it felt like really completing their HEA.
I put number 10 as Lassiter because I am a Lassiter girly, ride or die. That book did him dirty because that book was not even about him for the most part. I hated Davina and Lash's storyline. That seemed to be more important in that story than Lassiter finding happiness. But I want Lassiter to be happy. We finally got it. It took like 21 books. If I wasn't a Lassiter ride or die, that book wouldn't have even made my list. But I have to have Lassiter on my list.
Lassiter's such a good character all throughout.
So for 10, I guess that's one of my least favorite is The Chosen. Layla and Score. It was like a love and hate kind of book for me for this one because they both annoyed the hell out of me, but also I just wanted to see them happy.
I was just so annoyed with everyone else in that book. Okay, so my number 9, controversial, The Shadows. Maybe it's because I like to cry. I don't know. It's not quite what you would want it to be, but I remember vividly reading that book and sobbing uncontrollably, looking very snotty and horrible and my heart hurting, and I guess I love that experience.
My number 9, I put Lover at Last because we finally got Blay and Quinn. Finally. We knew they needed to go there, and Vicious and Butch walked so that way Blay and Quinn could run. It's like since the 3rd or 4th book, the tension was there. I was happy when we finally got that for them. It was much overdue.
Yeah. So second least favorite. That's how I'm rating this whole 10 thing, not my 10 top. So the Lover Revealed, it should have been number 10, but Chosen, everyone was annoying there. But this one, I just can't connect to him. Sorry, guys.
So for number 8, I have Lover Avenged. I do love Revenge. I like the storyline in that. I like the heroine, Elena. And overall, also, I like that we get to see a different side of the world with the sympaths and stuff. So I enjoyed those aspects of the story. I am a revenge girly.
See, my number 8, I had Don't Hate Me, Francesca, Lover Mine. I got John Matthew and Hex at number 8. I did enjoy their story. Hey, you're personally attacking me with your choices, so I'm gonna fire it right back. But yeah, Lover Mine. I don't know. I don't hate either John Matthew or Hex. I just wasn't one of my favorites. It still made the list, just not in the top 5.
So it's 8 is Lover Awakened.
Controversial. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, you can be wrong. It's fine.
You know what? I'm trying to remember. It was really a toss-up. 8 and 7 was really a toss-up between Enshrined because both characters were not my favorite.
Just really have something for the twins.
I mean, totally wrong opinion, but
there can be one person on the planet. It's okay. There's room for one person.
I guess one twin should have eaten the other one in the womb, according to Anne.
I just didn't like their story. I just couldn't connect to them. Although I rated their books 4 stars. I mean, this is like one of those. This is like Akatar, right? Like people like, what? You didn't like Akatar? Yeah. Sorry, guys.
My number 7 is Lover Revealed. So yeah, Butch is not in the top 5 at all. Definitely not one that I was super excited about. Everything here is 4 stars. So these are all things I enjoyed.
Same.
Minimum 4, and then it goes to 5.
Same. I had Lover Reborn at 7. I was so happy to see Tor finally find happiness again. I think because I was tortured by his story for so long that I didn't love the story in Lover Reborn as much as I could have. Just because I was heartbroken for him for so long that I don't think any amount of happy ever after for him would have made all of the books of hurt and heartache better. I still love the book, but we're getting closer to my top 5.
Angela, what wrong opinion do you have next?
God, well, you already know I have Fury as my 7th. I already mentioned that.
Top 6 now. My number 6 is, this pains me, Lover Eternal. Although Rage is one of my favorite brothers, but the book, I connected emotionally more to other ones, so that's why it's at 6.
My number 6 was Lover Revealed. So I put Butch a little bit higher than other people. It did get some really good character development in that book. So even if they're not my favorite couple, Vicious was in that book a lot. So that's probably why it's at number 6 for me.
I had Lover Mine. Not so much for the main characters, but for what was happening that time with the whole sympath and what was happening with John Matthew and who he really is and finding out. That was a really good book.
For sure. Okay, so we're getting in the top 5. Exciting decisions here. So in my top 5, Oh, I just realized I have the same character twice.
You like it that much?
I mean, it's not a character that's in my top 5 characters, but I guess the books are really good. Okay, so my top 5 is the king.
Me too. Me too. I put the king at number 5. I loved Wrath and Beth's relationship development so much in that book. It broke me, some of the conversations they had to have, but I loved the more emotional depth of that book.
Yeah, and also like where the world is at, right? Because besides the fact that Wrath has to make difficult decisions, but also what is happening on the overall world building for the series, I think that it's just a really, really good book. The Brotherhood is really tight in that. Like, it's just all around amazing. And I mean, Ange, we know that you love Wrath, so.
Yeah,
that
he's
makes
top
sense.
5 for sure.
That makes sense. All right, my number 4 is Lover at Last. It's a little bit higher than you guys. I think it's also because I love John Matthews so much. I was really attached to Gwen and Blay, and I really wanted them to get their HEA so bad. And it was not perfect. I had some things I would have preferred a different way, but I was just so happy that they got their HEA and that, like you said, Jen, Butch and V had to walk so that they could run. It was just... It just felt good that we were able to get there. So for me, it's special. And also the fact that we kind of like grew up with them, you know, like they were pre-trans with John Matthews. So I feel like we got to see them go from like just kids and friends and evolve. And I feel like out of the whole series, it's probably one of those where you really get to see the progression of the relationship.
I had Lover Eternal at number 4. I love Rage as a character, and I love how Mary being human could open up the rest of the series for possibilities, just like right there in book 2. If you're only, vampires can only get with vampires, like you're going to be really limited on what couples can happen. So I was always really glad that we got kind of like other possibilities that early on, thanks to the Scribe Virgin stepping in and helping make that happen. And I love the whole kind of commentary on, okay, his dragon accepted her, and that's how he knew that this was the one for him. And that always kind of stuck with me.
Like a fated mate.
Yeah. I had Lover Eternal as my 4 as well. I agree with you. And I think not just as a couple of how emotional they both were and how they helped each other out, but also what was happening in the world. Isn't that the book where it was revealed on what he can do and what Butch can do? I feel like it was around that time, a lot more plot things going on.
So my number 3 is Dark Lover, second Wrath book.
Number 3? What's wrong with you?
Listen, it's top 3. It's rough out here. These are all 5-star reads. I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah,
My list
yeah,
could
we
be
had a
different
lot of
tomorrow.
those.
They're all 5 stars.
Yeah, depending on our mood, right?
Yeah. What about you, Jen?
Well, number 3 on my list and number 3 in the series, I had Lover Awakened. Zsadist gives me so much heartbreak and emotional trauma, and I still come back and love him every time. And plus, we get Bella, which means we're introduced to revenge, and I am also a revenge girly, so that book is extra special for me.
Rev is my number 3. Lover, Revenge. Just, oh, he's so hot. He's a cool cat. Just his whole character. But that book was also very sad, right? Like, you get to know him deeper and why he is what he is and his whole history.
There's a lot of sacrifice.
Right. So, yeah, that's one of my top 3.
So my number 2 is Lover Mine.
I'm surprised that's not your number 1.
I mean, John Matthew is my number 1. I love his character. And there was so much in Lovermind that was hard to read. Obviously, there's horrible things that happen plot-wise, but I really connected with the story. I think this was one of the books where the villain was really a villain, you know, whereas with some of the other ones, it can feel a little washed out and not as pressing danger. And with this one, it was really there. I mean, overall, Lash is one of my favorite bad guys in the series, for sure. So I really enjoyed it, but not number 1.
I spent a lot of time flip-flopping my number 1 and number 2 when I was making my list because I have three people I'm ride or die for, and I've already gone over Lassiter, so that left 1 and 2 for my other 2 ride or dies, and I ended up going with Lover Revenge because Revenge, I would do so many bad things for Revenge. There's something about him and his fur pimp coat and cane.
I have the King as my second. So after the 12th book, the books kind of got dicey. I started losing. So when the King came out, it brought it back for me. Everything brought it back. Everything what the Brotherhood stood for, what Wrath stood for, and the whole marriage, and it kind of brought the whole Brotherhood alive again. So definitely top 2. And it's Wrath.
So my number 1 was Lover Awakened. I must love the torture and the
Love the
emotional
torture.
damage. I gravitate towards that. That story broke me in multiple ways. I knew it was going to break me before I started it, and it just
That was a tough book.
I loved every second.
That was a tough
Yeah.
book.
Plus, we get John Matthew, which
True.
also broke me. So
Yeah.
that was a tough book, but it was a good book. It was such a good book. If you don't mind the emotional damage, like that is one of her most solid stories. And it's actually so how much I love Z and Bella is also why I enjoyed The Beloved later on, because we get to see Z as a father, and like that to me was the basis of me not DNFing The Beloved, was just seeing Z as a father. As much as like maybe he wasn't doing the right things. What about you guys?
My three ride or dies. I got Lassiter. I've gone over Revenge. Number one, I had to put Vicious. And sadly, it's not even my favorite because of Vicious finally getting his HEA, because I think it's bull that she gave him a ghost. Like, come on. But we finally have those conversations between V and Butch. And the things that's kind of been hinted at this whole time, like V is finally voicing them. And that made me fall for him even more. So if he's ever looking for someone who's not transparent, unless I think about
Yeah.
it, I'm
A little
right
bit more corporeal.
Yeah. I don't have to think about it. So I'm right here.
Dark Lover. I mean, come on. It's where it all started. I mean, he is BDB, right? Through and through. And I feel like Wrath is my Edward. Like, Edward got me started with reading the books and got me kind of interested in all of these type of books. And Wrath made me fall in love with the whole fantasy, urban fantasy, PNR, all of it. He is the guy who did it for me. Not quite Edward, but
Not, yeah, he's not Edward, but like
not
A little
Edward.
less sparkly, maybe.
Yeah.
more growly,
Yeah.
a little more intense, a little less
I mean,
stalky.
he
Well, no, he was
woke
a
up.
stalker too. All right, we survived that.
That was really tough, Fran. We could have talked
We
about
didn't kill
something
each
else.
other. I mean, Angela was wrong a lot of the time, but it's okay. Now it's your turn. What is your number one Black Dagger Brotherhood book? And more importantly, where did we get it completely wrong? Roast us in the comments. Now, if you survived all of this mess, you can also go check out who are our favorite characters from the TV show season 1 and my absolute favorite brothers. Also, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any videos that we post. There's new videos every single week where I talk about all the books that make us feel things, romance, fantasy, paranormal, historical, and much more. But for now, that's all I have for you guys today, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!